Yep. And starting.
Okay.
All right, we are live. Hello, everybody. Top of the morning.
Protest wanting to shut Rosemont down and get that justice for Kanika. Love all my
And I,
J4K family if you're in here. Hey, justice for Kanika.
Justice for Kanika.
Yeah, get with it, girl.
Fired up. Ready to
Gotta get
go.
our practice
Fired
on.
up. Ready to go. All right. All right. Here. All right. All right. Let me thumbs this up. Let me turn this down so we don't get all that reverb in the background. We say hello to everyone. Hello.
hello.
The chat.
Yeah, I'm in the chat.
I got mad I can't see it. I be responding to people. I'm gonna go back.
That's okay. I'll read along whatever they say. Me and Miss Letha try to read along. All right. We
Okay.
also have Miss Letha.
Hello, chat, and hello, Gina, and
I need to
all
turn you up
J4K.
some.
Hey, baby.
Hey,
Hey, queen.
okay,
Feel
now
like
can
I
you hear
know
me?
her. Been knowing her a year now.
Okay, I'm
Almost.
just a, I'm just a mom and just a voice for mothers like Mama T, and I just want justice, and I just want to put my feet on the ground. Let's take off running.
All right. She said, hit the ground and let's run. This is gonna be
Let's
fire
run.
tonight. This is
Yes.
gonna be fire. But we're gonna do this right here. I'm going to get this disclaimer out the way. Make sure I pull this up. We don't want no stuff. Then we gonna get into this. We gonna get into this. All right. All right. Let me know if everybody can see the screen. Let me go back. Can everybody see that?
Yes.
You can see the disclaimer. All right, let's get it going on with our disclaimer. In accordance to the Copyright Act of the United States of America, sections 106, 106A, 107, and the others, fair use, we have a right to use the videos, pictures, material, and the like, etc. Hello, AM just joined us.
Man.
Hey,
Hey,
I'm
Am.
gonna let her say hey while I go to the next slide.
hello everyone.
Hello. How are you?
Good. Hey, Letha. Hey, Gina.
Hey. Oh, pretty. I like that yellow.
Oh,
That's
thank you. That wasn't today. That was last summer, but that's okay.
All right,
Thank you.
I still like it. I like
all
it today.
right.
Thank
It was
you.
Hey,
probably
I am. Okay, we got our hats. I'm gonna go back to the disclaimer. We have a right to use all of this for criticism, comments, new reports, teaching, scholarships, and research. This information is now a matter of public records in accordance to the United States of America Freedom of Information Act. How about that?
Right.
All right. All right.
Did you guys hear my air conditioner in the background?
You can be a little louder. I can hear it a little bit.
Is it okay? Is it gonna bother you guys?
I
It's
don't
not
hear it.
bothering me at all.
I don't hear
Okay.
anything.
I don't hear it.
I got
Perfect.
supersonic ears. I got those engineer ears where I hear all the whistling, all the stuff in the background when I go in and stuff not balanced out right, and then I hear all the feedback from me when I'm on here because I don't have my music panels off the wall, so everything is ricocheting, and I just try to sit here and act like I'm not here.
She's like,
Forensic,
if I hear it, I'll let
forensic,
you know.
forensic,
All right, we got the disclaimer out the way. Go ahead, Miss Gina.
Okay, y'all. I'm just letting you know that Kanika's anniversary of her death date is or when she was found is coming up. And I think we need to make some noise in Rosemont. It's time to show them that we're all still here after a year. And if they keep
Right.
on, they'll have to see our faces for a whole nother year.
That's
And if
right.
they keep on another year, we're not going nowhere. And we need to remind them because I think they're still kind of laughing at us.
Mm.
So on September 10th, I need you guys there. All my J4K family, all the Purple Hearts out there. Whether it doesn't matter how you feel about the case, if you know what they're doing in Rosemont, even from 2014 when they got caught in that body part trafficking from Detroit in them, that case is still open. All
Mm.
that
Oh,
is
wow.
fine. The body parts, and you know what is sick? It was actually legal for some reason to be trafficking these body parts. But what wasn't legal, where they messed up, is some of those body parts were infected with HIV and AIDS.
Mm. Mm.
Mm.
And
So
they
if
said it was
somebody's
over
body,
1,000 body parts. It was over 1,000 body parts, and
Um,
they found them on buckets of the legs and heads in ice, and
yes,
that's sad.
So excuse me, what we're talking about is more corruption. Corruption on top of corruption on top of corruption. So let's
mhm.
go back to September the 10th. What are we going to be doing the weekend and through the weekdays when we come down here?
Well, on September 10th at 12 o'clock, we're going to meet in front of Crown Plaza, and we're going to march to the mayor's office and to the police station, demanding that we get justice, and for the
Mm.
FBI, for them to turn it over to the FBI, so
Hmm.
somebody could actually give it an investigation. Not even they didn't even give it an investigation, not even a poor one. There was no investigation.
Okay.
There was finding a story to cover this up. That's what they were doing in the kitchen the whole time, from what I've seen. And then another day, we plan on just making noises other places, like the FBI, in case they didn't hear us. The mayor, maybe he hasn't heard that or seen these police officers not even put up caution tape, not even take fingerprints, like they already knew what happened. And then without being able to tell us how she got
Hmm.
into the freezer, they felt comfortable enough to close it in a month
Mm.
with still no proof of what happened. So it's really just a theory.
No, just
So
they
yeah,
plum
September
didn't
10th,
care.
need all my
They
Purple
didn't
Hearts out
care.
there to make some noise.
Purple Hearts, make some noise. I see some Purple Hearts.
So
Yes.
Let's
listen,
do it.
Gina, do
Let's
you
run
want
those.
us to
Let's run those.
bring signs and stuff? Do you want us to make signs? Because I got a lot of little kids here that they like to do projects that I keep for my nieces when they work. And do you want me to make some Purple Heart signs and all that kind of stuff?
Yes, you could bring, whistles, stuff,
Okay,
pots to bang on.
okay.
There could be a
Any kind
pot
of
lit there.
noise makers.
Bang.
Okay,
Yes, noise
okay,
makers, signs, anything you want to bring.
okay.
Anything to get attention for cars that are just going by. Some of them ain't hearing or roll up their windows on purpose. Let's make them see something.
All right. Gotcha.
Yes, and we're purple.
Okay. And I understand that you still go out there every week, every day, every week. Is that correct, Gina?
No, I don't go out there every week. Um, I would say like once every 2 months because it is dangerous to go
Hmm.
alone. And
Yes.
I don't know, it doesn't seem like there's a lot of support out here or people that have that fire. I think we just need to show them and get it back going again. Just like the way that Corinne and Painting Truth and everybody are still doing their channels in the right way to make people say, you know what, that's foul. Rosemont is foul. Because that's
Well,
the main, people are losing focus on the bigger issue, which is Rosemont is doing some foul stuff. There's a lot of corruption. There's, you know, from what it looks like, some trafficking, sex trafficking. There's so much in the footage that just raised a lot of questions for me. A lot of weird stuff going on to me. And it seemed like a bunch of students were going, like, what kind of classes are being held there? And with all them people, like nobody heard, nobody, tuffling or nothing. That girl had a towel on her head, like she got into a fight. The kids was
Yeah.
partying all night long. I don't know.
So I
Kanika
just
never
came
to go
back. Excuse
live.
me. What are we talking about here? I'm sorry, I just came back. Are we talking about other incidents that have
To
occurred
to
in the
just
city?
remind people of, everything that we seen in the footage with our own eyes and the corruption that's on papers, the body parts. The focus needs to remain on Rosemont being corrupted, and there's some foul stuff going on that needs to stop. Because it seems like they're picking on young people, a lot of mysterious stuff's going on, and all
Okay,
connected to Rosemont.
right. I would like people to know this though. Um, Fear is don't reside on the inside of me. There's nothing to fear but fear itself. I see somebody saying so much stuff is occurring down there, safety issues and stuff like that. Um, if the people in the 60s had not marched for our rights, I wouldn't be sitting where I'm sitting at today. So
Right.
it's nothing
Yeah.
to fear but fear itself. But I don't have a spirit of fear on me. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
not concerned about what's going to happen once I show up to protest. Fear don't
Uh-uh.
reside inside of me.
Mm-mm.
Let's let's
Especially, I
let's
mean,
Amazing.
let's come
we've
on
been
up with
doing this
those
a
purple
year.
hearts. Let's
We've been doing this almost a year now, and sometimes, one time there was nothing but Charles and Jack out there by themselves. Okay, they could have made them disappear. Anything could have happened to them, in all honesty. But God had their back out there. We're always praying, and Mama T. That's why I didn't want to forget to bring up is that
okay.
Mama T started this protest, and she said in peace. A lot of people, including myself, we wanted to riot. We wanted to, tear it up because we know Kanika didn't just walk in that freezer. And it's very bogus of them to try to do her like that and basically say she committed suicide and wait to release the crime scene photos until the day they closed the case on purpose because they knew that was the most evidence.
Mm,
Um, and
mm.
she kept us all just by saying, like a couple, even somebody was out there with me, a cop tripped him, like on purpose, tripped him. And this guy's from the street, you know what I'm saying? Like got that Chicago anger issue.
Mm-hmm.
Just wanted to retaliate. And she just said, "Stop, baby. Don't give them what they want."
Come on
Just
now, say it again because I think people need to hear Mama T's heart. You actually there in the state and you encounter her and interact with her quite a bit because
it
you're
was
always
brave.
protesting. Say it again. They need to
Yeah.
hear.
She wants you in peace. Do not retaliate. She told this man who was getting ready to swing, "Stop, baby. Do not give them what they want."
That's
That's
right.
why they tricked him in the first place, because they wanted him to do that so they could lock him up,
Yep.
get that bail money, and just torment him and keep on arresting us. And for as long as the protest been going on, there really wasn't many arrests. There really wasn't, and no injuries.
Margot
Besides,
just joined the
you
call.
know, they twisted Jack's arm and stuff like that. But when it comes to us, it was very peaceful, and it was Mama T's spirit that kept it. She don't
Talk
want
about
no
her
other baby
spirit.
getting
Go
hurt.
ahead. Excuse me. I don't mean to cut you off, but
It's
go
okay.
ahead and talk about her spirit. Go speak truth to power. I got my scarf tonight. Go ahead.
Hey, honey.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Come
But
on, put
ladies.
your weight on it.
Hello.
Gina, can y'all hear me?
yes,
Yes.
Okay, first of all, good evening. And thank you, Corinza, for giving us this platform. And I am actually super excited because I've been like a fangirl of Eugenia for real, for real. Like I've checked out your Facebook. I've just seen you since I've got interested in this case, and I'm always just like really stoked when you see somebody who like inspires you to like, no, like your voice is powerful. Like Corinza help, inspires me a lot with that too. Like I definitely have some questions for you, but I did want to say like thank you for coming like on here and talking with us and giving us some information on what to expect and what you've been doing and how more importantly how important it is, like
It's
how
vital.
really
It's
important
vital.
it is.
Yes. Run those
Oh my
purple
God,
hearts.
thank you so
Yes.
much.
Run them.
That was so
Yeah.
awesome, girl. Thank you so much. And I always see you supporting me and stuff like that. And in a place where it's just there's so much sadness and stuff like that. Like those who like support me, like I don't know, it's crazy. I'm just somebody who went out there because I seen something was wrong and a mom was asking for help.
Mhm.
And for people to say like just something like, girl, you made my day right now. I love you so much.
That's the power of like Karen just even talking about the spirit, like
I was
I'm
being
a firm
irritated when
believer in that. Go ahead.
everybody was, getting
Come
on
on,
my
AM.
for back in the Cape 420 days when they were trying to say Gina was the lady in the hotel. And I
Oh,
was
I
so
missed that.
frustrated.
I
Like,
missed that
Well, I'm,
crazy.
I,
Girls, I'm
y'all
sorry.
know
I'm gonna have
me.
to come right back in. For some reason, I hear everybody very low. So maybe if I call back in, it will fix it.
can you
Okay.
hear me?
Yeah, try it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I missed that AM. That's pretty crazy, but like
So
it's one
Gina
of
is
those.
going to come back in. Just for those who are in the chat, Gina is going to come back in. I'm getting ready to resend her the link. I'm going to resend Gina Kidd the link. Um, Everybody is really low volume
I'm
wise.
not low. You're
Going
not
ahead.
low. I think she's
Well,
just
from
low.
the way that she's hearing it. So I'm going to
Yeah.
resend her the link and uh,
And I just never understood why people were trying to like place her there when she's protesting. So
It's
it was
it's we
frustrating.
see it every day. We see it every day. I mean, I missed that would have been a good laugh, but on the flip side of it, like I would be really, really upset. Like, and I crack jokes all the time. Like, I work with men, they're ruthless, like, I would be very, very, very upset if someone said that to me, not because, I'd worry that people would think it would be true, but because you're lying about
Yeah.
someone's loved one. Like,
yeah.
like you're,
And I'm not trying to right, and I want people to know this. I'm not trying to bring anybody's name up. I'm not trying to bash anyone, but
no, this is just in
we
general.
don't
Like,
what we're
we
not
see
gonna
it, it
do.
happens, it
We
just,
don't. You're right. What we're talking about is how lies get told, and somebody say the lie, and the lie gets repeated, and the lie gets repeated, which really
Yeah.
is a lawsuit. It's
Right.
called
yeah. And
defamation of character.
I want to lead by example. My mom, she pushes me to do that a lot where it's like, you can't sit there and correct the record on everything someone says about you. You'll be exhausted and miserable. But you can lead by example, when people say like when it comes to even Jesus and stuff like that, like you want to be the God that's in you, you want to behave like as if do y'all get what I'm saying? So what I just would have tried to do is treat people how I want to be treated, have compassion, and just focus on the more positive things. And when people see you doing good and you're successful, people want to come and listen. People want to be a part of it. People want to protest and help and be selfless and enjoy themselves at the same time. Like that's a good thing. Much rather give that energy than some of this other
Okay,
shit.
there's Gina. She's back.
Yes, that's
Gina.
better.
All right, let me
Okay.
turn you back
That
up now, Gina.
is that better?
All right.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, that's better.
Okay.
And I'm gonna let me let you present. Oh, it's dark, but we can hear you.
All right.
Yeah, sorry, it's getting dark out here, and if I go inside, you hear nothing but kids,
Oh,
fighting
okay.
Okay.
Fortnite and stuff like that in the background.
Okay. Okay. AM. What else were you saying, AM?
Well,
Before
know, does Gina, she remembers that when people were trying to place you there, and I used to get so frustrated because I knew it wasn't true. And
Yes.
there was only a
I was
few.
telling Corinne's about that too. I was like, my J4K family, if they see somebody in the chat acting up, they're gonna speak on it too, not only out of their love for Kanika, but I got some supporters too, and they are riders.
That's right.
And you are
thank
definitely one of
you.
them.
That's right.
Thank you. Let's run those purple hearts. Let's run those purple hearts. September is coming. She's
Yes,
discussing where is feet on the ground, butt
yes.
out and feet in the
I
street.
need y'all. We're going to find a way to get everybody who's coming from certain towns to maybe carpool. It's a couple months. We had a couple months to plan and get it back to how it used to be, where we just took the streets over better than it used to be. Let's take the whole Rosemont over. It's enough parts to cover that little village. It is.
Right. It's a
And we
small area.
eliminate them just when there's a couple of us. Like, look, when there was two, they arrested Charles for the bullhorn. They
Now say that
intimidated.
Really?
again, because we're gonna hold on. Let her talk. Say that
Yeah.
again. They arrested him for what? Because we're going to look at the state of Illinois protesting laws tonight. I got him pulled up, but he got arrested for what?
Using the bullhorn.
Because they said he was too.
They didn't say nothing that he couldn't use it. It was past. I don't even know what they tried to say. I'm gonna go back and look at the exact charge, but they took the bullhorn from him, kept it
Noise
from him.
violation. Okay.
I remember
Yeah,
that.
noise violation.
Okay.
Yes,
Noise violation.
and it was not even 8 o'clock.
Yep, I remember that.
Oh,
Is Rosemont like
so can I ask this, if you don't mind, Gina? So at 8 o'clock, y'all had to stop.
Yes, we could.
Doing the bullhorn?
There's a noise ordinance starting at 8 o'clock, where
Okay.
we can't blow a whistle or nothing.
That's good to know. See, we need to know their laws before. And
Yeah,
like I said,
at
I'm agree
first
with
it
you.
used to be 10 o'clock.
Okay.
And then they just randomly, when there was less of us out there, they
Okay.
bullied us. One time there was a young girl named Jasmine and LaDonna and there was another one. I call them Young Squad. They're the younger ones out there with their little purple bandanas. I love them. They're day ones too.
that's
And
awesome.
they just happened to get there before me, Andre, Jack, all of us. They're a little bit early, just standing on the sidewalk where we always are. And they came and arrested him for trespassing.
On a
Oh,
sidewalk? That's public property.
Yes.
That's illegal. That's not
They took
legal. That's a
minors
violation of
in. One of
constitutional
them
right.
was a minor. They had a baby with them, told them give up the baby.
What?
That's sad. That's so sad.
Yep.
Oh my
Okay.
goodness.
Let me. I have the law.
Real quick, do they like when you guys go out there and protest, how long do you think you're able to do that before you're like they ask you to shut it down and like they either that or they harass you or try to arrest? I mean, are they pretty heavy?
You usually like they see that we're always recording them and stuff now. They see,
Are they rude to y'all when you record them?
people are paying attention to the rules that they're breaking and the rights they're taking away from us. So they try to play it cool. Recently, they've been trying to keep it cool. They like smile. They're real, just cocky and smile. If you need anything, give us a call. That's what they did to us on the 10th. I was just like, you'll be the last ones I'd call.
Right?
You should have told them to release the real footage. I want the footage, the real footage. That's what you should have told them.
My girl.
Mm-hmm.
Real talk.
Hey,
Yeah,
yeah,
I'll take the footage, please, and then we could just be on our way, We'll be
yeah.
back tomorrow for something else.
That's right. This all can be eliminated. Just tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
You could get
Yeah.
home to your wife quick.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
So-
I'm gonna pull up some of the isn't that beautiful? Look at what she has. I'm going to pull up the laws and let's see exactly
That's a good idea, Karen.
what okay, here we go. Now let me so I can present this to everybody. All right. So can y'all see that?
Yes.
See that? Okay. Protesting in Chicago, but I pulled up protesting laws for the state of Illinois. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment, religion, or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech, the freedom of press, and I'm going to be definitely freedom of speech and freedom of press when I go there, um, or the right of people to peacefully assemble and to petition the government for redress or grievances. Okay, they can't violate our rights there. Now, let me stroll down a little bit.
Sometimes I think they just like will arrest you even if they know like they don't have any grounds. Like they'll still do it just to
They'll do
like
it.
get, you know what I mean? Just like I'm just gonna like give you a hard time. I'm gonna put, you know, a stick in your bicycle tire, you know, just like something just to stall you, I guess, in a way, you know? Because they I don't think they want people driving by to disrupt their day when they see a picture of, you know, that child, like,
Yeah,
you know.
that is. They want it to go away so bad because they're covering up so much more.
I see your Facebook, Gina, and I feel like I don't think I'm a weirdo, but I'm just being real.
Okay,
Like,
so
you
here we
know,
go.
I'll just see like, I see like y'all being out there, you know, and I just wonder like, man, I bet Rosemont really hates that shit.
Yes, they do.
Sorry,
And
Karenza, go ahead.
Okay, here we
go ahead.
go. Um, and AM, were you trying to say something before we go forth?
I
Nope,
think
we're
she
good.
was.
Because okay, and then Miss Letha, were you trying to say something before I jump back into this and start reading this?
No, ma'am, I wouldn't.
Okay, because I want to give everybody freedom of speech and uh, time. You know, Miss Gina's going to get the most time because she's the one that's actually on the ground and giving us information. Dates definitely September the 10th, 2018. All roads lead to the state of Illinois. We will protest in a host of different locations on that date. That's a significant date that marks the date that they officially found her in a freezer that she did not walk in on her own. So, having said that, to the Illinois Constitution, Article 1, Sections 4 and 5. The right to protest in public places is fundamental. The yada yada yada. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, let's read down. They go into Martin Luther King. Okay, so I want to get to what's important. Um, Today, downtown streets, sidewalks, and parks, as long as they're public. We already know that sidewalks, streets, and parks are usually public. We can protest there freely when we get into the state of Illinois. Also, that's protected under the state of Illinois Constitution and also under our federal constitutional rights, as it should be, by the First Amendment and by Illinois Constitution. They guarantee us that demonstrations, and I call them social justice actions, in streets, sidewalks, and public parks, we can do that. It's legal. We can protest anywhere that is legal for us to protest. The state of Illinois says in their constitution that they stand by that. We already know the United States of America Constitution stands by that. Let me scroll down a little bit more. Thank you, ladies. Y'all went into an instant mute.
Is there a way that Rosemont has their own town rules separate from Illinois protesting rules?
Um,
Because they're
I'm
just
gonna
sneaky
pull up
like that.
Rosemont, but I think it's going to fall under the state of Illinois because it's the state rule, but they
Right.
may have a few minor city rules. but everything needs to fall up under the state law, which supersedes the city
Right.
laws. If that makes sense. And then the federal law supersedes state and city laws. So any law that they create has to be within the realm of federal law and state law. And but I will look up Rose. I think pretty much the last time I looked on it, and I have to go back through theirs,
Mm-hmm.
that they weren't varying too much from the state law. But I also know that when we get there in September, by then they should have their body cams on, because I do know that Rosemont was not, uh, if they don't want to get fined, they need to have those body cams on, because they're at their deadline. This is the year your state gave them a few years to get their stuff together in regards to those body cams. So, uh, should any okey doke try to get pulled, I know for a fact that they supposed to have them body cameras on.
Hey, Karenza, I'm gonna send you in our hangout for everyone to look at, and you let me know. You might find it helpful. The ACLU has like a general, like a thing where you can, it goes through like the federal protesting like rights and stuff, and then they have, I think, a link where it's like state to state. But I have no problem helping you ladies like look
I
that
need to,
stuff
you
up.
know what? I need to link that too, because I'm actually subscribed to the ACLU, so I get
Right. I just
everything.
remember it a long time ago when we were like protesting a judge here, and it was like my first, I barely dipped my toes in the water. It was kind of a little scary, a little bit, just, but, it's, it's a really good guide because it taught me a lot. I mean, even just down to like even crazy shit for like big protests, as far as like making your own gas mask and what to do if you get pepper sprayed and all sorts of things like that. And yeah, I really do hope that they have their body cams on.
Okay, but let's look at this, because this is interesting. Part one of Illinois, they explains the basic right to protest, deeply woven in the fabric of the federal and state constitution. Okay, now let's go down to this. Government can prohibit narrowly defined incitements, threats, fighting words. Government must accommodate counter protest, and the government cannot silence protest because of an audience violent opposition. Governments cannot silence. The government can't silence it. The police can't silence. Now, that's one thing that I did see in the state of Illinois, was them trying to silencing and shut down some protests. Illinois
Yes,
can't do that.
that is
But
good.
let me get to part two real
Let's
quick.
print that up real nice and big, so in case
Real nice and
obviously
big.
don't know.
Go ahead, Miss Gina. I'm sorry.
I say because obviously they don't know the laws themselves, because they're
And a
sure
lot,
trying to take our rights away. That's right here
and a lot
written
of times
in
they
my
do
face.
just like to use bullying tactics and harassment tactics like they always have. A lot of times they do know, and they just don't care because they
Mm-hmm.
don't think you know. That's
Yep.
why it is important to know the law.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. Discuss when government can require a permit to protest. Um, so, Gina, I want you to address that again. Is a permit needed to protest in the state of Illinois?
Yes, it is. I believe that's what Andre has had.
Okay.
And then what we wanted was the noise order. Instead, they gave us a hard time, but we have that now too. So we
So,
have everything we need.
so there's clarity on that. A permit is
Yes.
needed to protest in the state of Illinois, whereas I'm in the state of Michigan. We don't need a permit to protest. So it is very important for those of us who will be uh, in the state of Illinois to understand what their laws are. If we are going to protest, we need to get our permits to protest. If we plan on doing something away from the group at any time for any reason, make sure you have a valid permit in your hand to avoid any foolishness and riffraff that comes from the cops. That's unnecessary because they're already going to come with their own foolishness and riffraff. We already know that. So let's try to avoid any unnecessary foolishness when we get there.
I'm not sure if everybody individually would need one, because so far, just as long as one of us, because we all stick together anyway, none of us even walk to the cars by ourselves.
Okay.
Yeah, as long as one, and Andre always carries that right on him like he carries his ID.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't think everybody individually does, unless they plan on going, a day by themselves or decide to stay behind. They want to stay longer or something like that. Then go ahead. If you're going to do your own thing, you need your own one. But I think it's one permit per protest. And that would be all of us together.
Okay. There's something else on this part that I think is important, and it's part number 5. List your rights if you are stopped or arrested by the police during a protest. List your rights if you are stopped or arrested by the police during a protest. This is the state of Illinois law right here. This is their law. They said if you are stopped by the police, start running down your rights. Start running down your rights for protesting in the state of Illinois. So it's going to be vital that everybody know their rights. And for people who are traveling to the state, what I usually do is I have I make up little pocket booklets for people that are pocket or purse size for them to have their rights. So if at any time that they are stopped, they can, if they don't know it word for word or they can't memorize it, they can whip out their little books and just start going through different sections.
Maybe one of us could just make a poster board out of it with our rights on it. We'll have one poster board, just boom, boom, boom. These are our rights.
I still want people to have it. It's still it's nice for people to have it in their pocket, like on them at all times, just to go and to know. So this is the state of Illinois law. They say if you stop, this is their constitution. Now they say if you get stopped by the police, you start. If you get arrested for protesting or if you get stopped, start running your rights down to them. This they law.
Mm-hmm. Yep, because they'll get intimidated, right? Oh, they know what they're talking about.
Oh, this is good. And it also says address police spying on protest activity. If you think a police officer just out there spying, just to be spying, the state of Illinois says you can address them.
Yeah, Mackenzie, can I say this though? But the way I don't live in Chicago, but from watching what's been going on in Chicago, if we go to reach for something's in our pocket or something, they can shoot us.
Right, I'll volunteer to make a sign. I was thinking that, Letha, like, good point to bring up, that it's okay to have a leaflet. I think everyone should have one. That's a great idea. But just so maybe a sign will even, because I think Gina, it'll enforce to the cops, like, we know the rules, we're going to behave them, we know our rights, more importantly, well, you said, sometimes that's your best weapon, is knowing your rights.
Right. Yeah. See, we're not, here's the thing, Ms. Letha, and I'm going to piggyback off that. They can't just shoot you for reaching in your pocket. You're not reaching for a gun. We already know in the state of Illinois, for those who don't know, it's no open carry law. You're not allowed to carry guns in the state of Illinois. Well, I live in Michigan. We have open carry. We can carry here. You can't carry in the state of Illinois. So nobody's going to be carrying anything but a booklet. And you can tell what a gun looks like. There's no open carry there.
I just get it too. I have PTSD, so I'm totally cool with making a big old sign. And if you get scared, you can just walk right over to that sign and be like,
"No, I would like to. I want to have one of those. I want to have one of those. I really do. I was just really thinking about what other people are
Right.
thinking or saying, or with everything that's going on. If I go to reach in my
Yeah,
pocket or
piggyback off
go in this
that
to
too,
get this, and
because
they
I
think
We
it's a
can make it into
gun.
a necklace. It's
That's a good
excuse me,
idea.
that make it into a necklace. Everybody can have a booklet on their neck.
that
Corinda, when like
Yes, yes,
when we do
yes.
tattoo conventions, we have like a little ID and our name and like the booth or whatever, and then it like hangs from like a lanyard, and you can order those like
Mhm.
really cheap. I'll look into them online, and I mean like I think you can get like I don't know, but that's a really good idea. So then
Yeah,
you just like you can
we
keep
can
your
make it into a
ID
necklace. Put it on a
and
lanyard.
right, keep your
this is
ID
why
and
unity, and for the community to start looking out for each other, the community to get more involved, because it is true. Like cops are just trigger happy. I know it's going on in other states too, but especially in Chicago, especially after the death of Snoop and stuff like that. You never know.
yeah.
They just make up. They're all corrupted. Like CPD is not much different from Rosemont.
You
They're
see it
pretty much all in
all
the
the
same
time.
game, or else somebody would have stepped in and helped already with this bull crap that's going on. And they're getting away with a lot of stuff. So, they will shoot you and just make up any little reason and stuff. That's why unity, when there's power in numbers. And that's
Yeah.
why
Say
when we're
it
all
again.
together,
Speak
they
truth to
can't
power.
bully us. There is power in numbers. And you see the difference from when there is thousands of us out there to when there is 10 of us. When there is thousands, it looked like they were just trying to survive. Like, man, what are they going to do? They were more intimidated by us, and it was the best feeling because they bullied Kanika. She was outnumbered that night. Nobody helped her that night. I like them to not be in peace. I like them to be worried. I like them to feel like they're being bullied, because that's what they get.
Hell yeah.
And
Hell
can I
yeah.
piggyback on something that Gina
Yeah.
said?
Go
I
ahead, Miss
want to
Lisa.
I want to read this African proverb. It says, "When spider webs unite, they can tie up a lion." So if you can imagine, if spider webs can unite and tie up a web, tie up a lion, then people, like Gina said, people in numbers, the more people come out, the more we stand together and protest the wrongness, and then more people start coming and never stop. And they can hear the roar and the fire in your feet and in your voice, because I'm dead serious about this stuff. I don't know about nobody else, but I'm dead serious about
Oh,
this
I am
because it's
too,
wrong.
Queen.
It's
And you have
really
the best
wrong.
way of putting things. I love your wording. She comes out with the best quotes and
Me
stuff I've
Yes,
never
too.
she
heard before.
does. I love
I
you.
love Lisa. That was a
That's
really
a
great proverb too.
Yes, yes, it was. I saved stuff like that, and then when Gina said that, I just thought, well, okay, yeah, that's what that means. It gives you new meaning to things, because before I was telling Miss Mackenzie, and we were talking, and I never wanted to vote. I never wanted to do any of that stuff. I was like, it ain't
Wow.
gonna make no difference no way. But now I realize it does make a
Mhm.
difference,
It
Wow.
does.
and
August,
actually,
August is coming up. Go vote,
yeah,
people.
and Kanika, the murder of Kanika made me want to do these things that I should have been doing all along. I didn't have any desire to, but now I have a desire to do it because it's wrong. And if you don't step in and let your voice be heard, then it'll
Come
keep
on.
on
Come
happening
on.
over and over and over and over and over again. And it's
Yes.
enough is enough now. We tired. We tired. We
Speak
really
truth to
are.
power. Come on. Come on. Come
We
on now, Miss
tired.
Yes.
Lisa. Go ahead.
We tired of this
I
mess.
Time
agree.
starts
I
You
tonight.
were
let me
Let's
sitting
tell you.
down for too long. It's time to
I
stand up,
yes,
y'all.
and all of us have been young and did things we shouldn't have did. And I got a daughter that went to kickbacks at motels and stuff, and and I never knew what a kickback was. And now I'm knowing that she was doing the same things that these young girls is just a fade or a fad or whatever they call it these days. You go and
It's
have these
teenage.
parties and do this stuff, but when they go and have these parties, if the establishment let them come in there, knowing
Mm-hmm.
they're
Come on.
underage,
Come on.
and let
Mm,
them
Yeah.
smoke weed, help them smoke weed, took
Mm-hmm.
the smoke
Speak.
detectors down. You can see it in the videos. The towels under the doors,
yep.
encourage them and
Yep.
helping them to do that and
Come
smoke
on now.
liquor and drink liquor.
Yeah.
Oh, and then somebody comes up murdered in the freezer, and they're not responsible. You damn
They
right you're
didn't care.
responsible because you knew they didn't care. 'Cause let it
And the
be some
security
of
that
you.
was letting him do it, he's just gonna leave country real quick, while this
Yeah,
investigation's going on.
And then people want to sit up and say it's a psyop, it's not real. This shit real. It's real to me and
It's
it's real
very
to a
real.
lot of us
It's very
J4K
real.
and J4K for all. We want to put a stop to this kind of stuff. You know, it's not right. It's really not right. And Mama T gave us a part of Kanika's heart. And when she gave us a part of Kanika's heart, I still got it. I never met Mama T. I never met Kanika, but I feel like I do. I feel like I know her, and I feel like I know Kanika. I feel like she's a part of me, my family, and everybody else. And that's why I'm coming September the 10th. And what, Gina? The 10th, 11th, and the 12th?
September 10th, 11th, 12th. If you want to come before, shoot, I'll go out with you before. We could
Okay.
Yeah. Feet
So
on
anytime. But
ground.
on the 10th, for sure, we need to all be out there. That's
so
it's a
so
1 year Kanika protest, 1 year anniversary.
okay, so let me reiterate this. On the 10th, for sure. That's the biggest day. We need everybody feet on the ground on that day. If you chilling up in the hotel and most people won't be chilling, nobody's coming way there just to chill.
No.
Make sure your feet is on the ground definitely on September the 10th. That will mark a year since she was found in the freezer. Since somebody put her up in that freezer and they tried to say she just walked up in there. And then uh, the assistant food and beverage manager had an epiphany to go check in there. Come on now. September the 10th. Let's put our feet on the ground. Let's make our voices
Can I ask
heard.
a question? Gina, like when you said that when there was a whole lot of you guys, like 1,000, like you could tell that the police were really intimidated and scared and that you loved it. That's like what I picture and like my goal is in my head, and I'm willing to help in different ways to like make that happen. Because just like Letha, I did, dude, I didn't vote. Like I only voted for Obama and then stopped. Like I just, I
Mhm.
didn't vote locally. Like but this has totally changed me. Like Corinne's been a big inspiration as far as like teaching me and showing me ways that you can make an impact civilly. But like,
Amen.
but thank you. You guys inspire me, man. Like this is powerful. I truly believe this girl was murdered, and it bothers me that they're so smug and they think they got away with it and they go further than that and try and silence our voices. So this is a really great opportunity for me to like learn and be prepared. But I like, do you really like you saw on their faces like they were nervous. Like you could tell that they're, because that says something to me.
They
If
wanted to quit. They said we were not hired for this shit.
wow. Wow. Corinza,
Wow.
have you seen stuff like that too, where like it's just a bunch of people and you could like see like fear and like, you know,
It is a powerful feeling to know it
that's
doesn't
got to
matter
be
where
one of
you
the
come
craziest.
from. It doesn't matter your background. It doesn't matter
Say it again,
anything.
Gina.
Well,
Excuse me.
it
Say it
does
again.
not matter your background. It doesn't
Come
matter
on.
your race. It
Come on.
doesn't matter what you're standing for.
Right.
Just
Right.
stand together. It's time for change. I'm tired of everybody
Speak
just saying
truth
that,
to
but we're not
power and
making the
power to
changes.
truth. Come on. Come on.
Because
Say
I
it again.
always
They didn't
say,
get it. Say it again.
It
They
is
didn't get it.
time for unity. It is time to show them what that looks like. And us, the people, versus the government, there is more of us. They are
oh, that's a good
outnumbered.
idea.
They just haven't
This is
seen it yet. They
someone said
just
in the
have not
chat,
seen
Gina.
it yet. It's time to show them.
Someone said in the chat, Gina, I thought this is kind of a cool idea. Maybe we can do this at the protest. But someone said, I think a lot of like teenage young girls and maybe even, guys, whatever, should do like make a video speaking on Kanika. And that should maybe like make them want to like, that would be kind of a cool idea for people of different types, just to be like, I am Kanika, basically. Maybe even like tell a story of like one time where it could have been them, or how we know it's not a murder. We think this is a cover up. Someone who was like, I lost this loved one. Like, I don't know. That's a good idea. I think we'd be like, because people always want to see something and watch something. And that's why I think protests are so powerful, because you see this group of people, yelling and are passionate about something. It makes you want to pay attention.
And
I've signed,
right.
Yeah.
I've signed
And
things
with
because of
school starting back up, I mean, we could encourage kids to do it as projects, and then it'll make the high school want to come out with us.
like
And can
make
I
it
get in
go
here real
viral
quick
over and
because
over again.
I'm sorry, can I cut in here real quick?
Yeah. All the
Excuse me.
time.
Let
Y'all
me
interrupt me all the
piggyback off
time.
that. Let me go back and piggyback off that voting because Tasha in the comment section said, right, you should always use your vote. Your vote is your voice. And I'm saying your vote is your voice.
That's
Remember,
right.
the history of America voting is your vote is your voice. And if you don't get out and vote, then you don't have a right to complain.
That's right. You're either a part of the problem or you're a part of the
Come on,
solution.
Amanda.
That's
I
right.
mean, I'm
Part of
sorry,
the
AM.
problem or a part of the solution.
Say it again, AM.
Yes.
They didn't hear you. Say it
You're
again,
either a
AM.
part of the problem or you're a part of the solution. You need to
They
pick
need a
one.
three-peat on that. Again, come
Part of the
on.
Mhm.
problem or you're part of the solution.
Thank you.
Come on
Yeah.
now.
And stand for something or fall for anything.
That's
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 right.
right.
right. That's right.
Speak truth to power. Speak truth to power. Empower the truth tonight.
Well,
Cause
there's
look,
less of them than
if
there are of us. So, like, I mean, they serve us. And I've seen protesting change laws. I've seen,
Mm-hmm.
protesting switch governments of power. Like,
Put your weight on
it
that.
is real. Yeah. Like, that,
Put your
when
weight
she
on that.
said it made him scared, that, like, almost gave me goosebumps because I'm like, this stuff really does work. People,
Yes, it does.
like, it works, like that's literally your only way of getting heard is bothering them. That's it. Inconvenience. And sometimes the truth is super inconvenient, you know, but it's the right
cause,
thing to do.
cause it's staring them in their face.
Yes, that's why people
You're
think
right
it's a
in their
psyop
face.
because it's hard to believe all of this is going on. But guess what? Chicago don't have time for no psyop. Okay, all this stuff is very, very
Say
real.
that again,
It's very,
please.
very scary,
Put
and
your
we
weight
need
on
some
that.
help.
Thank
Can
you.
somebody
Thank
help us,
you.
please?
Say it again, Miss Gina. Say it again, Miss Gina. Put your weight
Chicago has no time for psyop. This stuff is real life going on.
Thank
Real
you.
life going on, and we need some help. Can we get some help, please?
She didn't
Right.
make me throw my scarf. Okay, let me put myself back together so you can
Oxygen
see this. Because
snatched.
what he just said was fire.
No, but it's true. I see Gina's Facebook, dude. Like, she's out there, like, when no one is sometimes. She's talking about
Come on
Kanika,
now.
like,
That's right.
every day. Open up my Facebook. And that's why I'm passionate about Kanika, too, is because, like, we need this win. Like, this is
Boom,
so
look at
obvious.
Flower
And
Bloom. Flower Bloom
yeah,
said,
this,
why the only crazy people is making money off this case? It's only the crazy ones.
Come on.
I believe it.
Speak it,
I
AM.
believe it.
Come on back in, AM, and say it. And then I'm gonna let Gina come back in. But
I
I'm
think what
go
Flower
ahead and say what you
said
said. And
because
you put your weight on that.
only crazy people are making money off this case because this is real life, and you don't want to make money
Yes.
off of a dead person. In my opinion, you making money off of somebody that passed away that died like that. That's karma. That's
But
bad
let me
karma.
Mhm.
say this on that and piggyback on you. But then you want to talk about you want to make money, but then you want to talk about her mama suing somebody that's responsible for her daughter's death making money.
Right.
So how the hell you gonna make money, but it's wrong for the people that's related to Kanika to make money? How that work? In what
That
world?
Yeah, of
part.
course. Both
That
ways.
Come
part.
on, come on, come on, AM. Come on back in and put your weight on it. Y'all
That
go
makes
ahead and
so
put your
much
weight on.
sense, Letha.
Mhm.
I really like how you said that. How can somebody be a hypocrite and talk about Mama Teresa making money and these are the people that are getting paid off of views. They're making up stories to get money off of the
It's
case.
crazy.
Yeah, Mama T's the only one who didn't get no money off of this. It almost seems like.
Yeah, you're probably right. I can believe that.
Gina, you know that they say that she has made money from all, like, I mean, I've heard the craziest. I've seen, like, she'll have a pair of earrings and be like, Crown Plaza bought that. Or,
Yeah, they
Dollar
have
Tree went
no
on it. It's the
idea,
craziest shit.
and I'm gonna say
Come on,
this.
Gina. Put your weight on
Ma-
it.
Mama T has always that family has always been well taken care of as a single mother. She did her darn thing. She worked them 12-hour shifts. Her babies always had on nice clothes, nice shoes because she did that. And her kids are smart enough to start working young and get on their job and stuff like that. Mama T used to throw little fundraisers in the parks by like Douglas Park and stuff. P Rico was actually one of the kids she would give school supplies to. So not only her kids, and that's why you seen Shamaya and
Go
Monifa and
back
all the
there.
live.
Go back there. Go back there.
Mhm.
Let's stay right here for a minute. So
Mhm.
she was already a giver. She was already out
Yes.
giving before this
Giving
stuff
back to her
occurred during her time.
community,
This
giving
is
back
her
to her
heart. She was
people.
already doing that. Say it again because people not
Yeah.
getting. Put
Giving
your
back
weight
to
on
the
that.
community, looking out for other people's babies,
And
doing things
you know
like
how you
that.
tell. Excuse me, Gina. You know how you can tell that because
Mhm.
everybody, even in my neighborhood, in every family, whoever is the giver, every kid is at their house. They're
Yes.
always at their
Yep.
house.
Yes,
They're
Yep.
that's
always
what I was
at,
getting at too. And all the
they were
lies, where are
always
the
at
girls
mine.
at?
Yes,
Mama
ma'am.
T's house.
Yes, ma'am.
And some people's kids, their lives are set up where maybe they don't want to go home.
Yeah.
So that was the first thought I saw when I saw Mama T. And so it really shows you as a person, which is why it's so great to have you on, Gina, and all the other ladies who are in the same situations and stuff and can relate. Like
Mhm.
that's where my mentality was. So for you thinking, the other wacky shit, it just that says more to me about you than it does about Mama T, because
Right.
that's
Yeah.
true. Like my mom was that neighborhood. We had two moms that were like
Yes,
that.
Why
yes,
go after the one person we know for a fact wasn't at that hotel?
exactly,
Why the only reason we got something to talk about is because Mama T asked us for help, and look what happened to that
exactly.
poor
Yes,
lady.
ma'am. Yes.
After losing her daughter, then losing her baby brother.
No, she
He's not
said
a baby,
herself,
but to
Gina.
her that's her youngest brother. That's a baby brother.
Can you imagine what she goes through every day? She just said on live herself that somebody messaged her and said she got her implants off of Kanika money. And
Wow.
Okay, Gina,
That's
speak to that.
sickening.
The
Sickening.
people need to know that this case, excuse me, I need to piggyback off that real quick, is still being litigated in a court of law.
Probably
Gina,
covered by
you're in the
insurance.
state of Illinois. Go ahead and put your weight on that.
Look, okay, I'm gonna tell y'all something. If that lady made any money off her daughter or took any of that devil money, this case would have been closed a long time ago. She would not be saying, hey, there was a camera above that freezer. She wouldn't still be telling us. She wouldn't still be saying justice for Kanika.
Right.
She would not be able to say none of that. She has from the beginning and she will to the end say, everybody is suspect till you could prove till I see that footage above the freezer.
Mm.
Because she's seen that camera and Leonore seen that camera. None of them got eye problems. They both know what they see.
And then they tried to make it seem like they was crazy. They didn't know what they was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
You not telling the truth. Oh, that couldn't have been. Yes, it was.
Yeah,
Well,
It
we
it's
see them
was.
pointing at it. We see them pointing at it in the footage and pointing at the other one that was on the other side of that table. Where she
yep.
was walking in there on the other side of the table was another camera that kept pointing at. And then we see a guy with a drill in the kitchen.
And we know they were on the roof. And let's also say too, Mama T, because I've been in lawsuits before. If you take a settlement from somebody, if you say, yeah, okay, I'll accept that money, you can just pay me off, whatever, you can't sue them in court. You
They put a
sign papers
restraining
saying,
order on the lady.
right.
Do y'all
So
think
she
they did that
received
because she's buddy with him? No, because they're
zero.
intimidated by her because she ain't playing. She's not for nothing. She wants
Right.
justice for her daughter. They're going to tell her what happened to her daughter.
Who just said
So
that?
just
They put a restraining order on her. Somebody, come on,
I
put your weight
did.
on that.
Gina.
I
Come
did.
on, Gina, you there? Speak to
When the
that.
court dates first started coming, they put a restraining on that lady so fast. After Andrew Holmes and told her the hotel wasn't money, called the protest off and stuff like that, that's when they started getting mad because she wasn't hearing it and she came and told us.
And this
She's
is
been so
inside real
transparent with us,
information.
guys.
Backtrack and slow it down.
That's
Hold on. Backtrack and
mhm.
slow it down for us, Miss Gina. Backtrack and slow it down for us because I don't think people get it. Slow it down so they can understand what happened.
So after Andrew Holmes went live and said, you know, all them lies, and if they're not lies, we haven't seen the same footage he has. Um, After he went and said all that, then called her and said, um, tell stop protesting. The hotel is losing money. After instead of just listening and carrying on and trying to make a deal with them or taking any deal they were offering her, she came and told us everything that just happened and kept on. And you know what they did to her? Put a restraining order on her. So everybody's saying, oh, why y'all out there if Mama T ain't out there? And all. Do you think it would be a smart idea when you're going to be the one to kick their ass in court to go out there so they could find a way to lock you up or something, I'd rather not have her out there. That's what she
Right.
got us for.
Right.
Let her
She
handle
can't do
court
that.
because we can't go in there with her. So this is our part.
People just need to think though. If they could just think, that's why it's so great to have you on as an inside source to kind of clear up some of this information. Like people who scream receipts. Gina
Mhm.
is a walking receipt, y'all. She has no
Google
reason
is.
to
Google
lie, no
it
benefit.
and see what they took her for. She ain't had one for her daughter yet. They had one for her because they took her to court.
Say it again. Say it again. Say it again and let her say this.
The only court date she's had was against her on a restraining order. You know why? Because she's living out God's plan and the devil's intimidated. That's why.
So people need to know. I'm gonna reiterate and piggyback off what was just said.
Mm-hmm.
She was taken to court. She had a restraining order against her after the James Holmes information.
Andrew Holmes.
Andrew Holmes, whatever. Andrew
Gotcha,
Holmes.
babe. Gotcha.
Okay. Andrew, I got the first name right. Mr. Holmes.
He's forgettable. I'd like to
Okay.
forget him.
So they smacked the restraining order on her immediately. Took her to court. She was messing up their money. They're about
Like,
money over people. It's got to be
say that
people
again.
over profit.
Mm-hmm. That's right. When you would look at Andrew Holmes and say, "Who are you for, dude?" But I
People
mean,
want to
that was the
know.
goal, ain't it? To stop their money? Wasn't that our
People,
goal? Why
people
to
want to
change your
know,
heart
was
all of a
he
sudden?
credible? Was he credible? I'm sorry for interrupting. I'm bad. Y'all, if I interrupt y'all, just you can interrupt me too. Was he credible before this Kanika stuff? Like, because I just want to ask from someone who lives there, like, was he an activist that like people were like, oh, cool? Like, was this surprising to see him do that?
Do you know a lot of people found him credible? I really didn't know much of him. I've heard his name here and there. Like, I really wasn't into the act. Kanika opened my eyes and got me into this activism, but I haven't heard of him for
Right.
this.
So
He just
not
kind of,
really that big then.
yeah, pretty much anybody that was quick to offer their services, I think were hired to offer their services.
That's what I was getting to, is I think that's really what it was. They were like, okay, well, this guy works with the police a lot. Police
Okay.
department, Rosemont PD called, someone and,
I
got
need
him
to
there
cut in
and
right
just
here. I need to
paid
cut in
him off.
right here because someone in the comments section said, mind your own business. Thank you.
Yeah.
They want you to clear up the fact that those are Mother Teresa's real kids. I know that they are. We up here on this panel know that they are.
Yep.
Go ahead and put your weight on that.
Oh my goodness. Y'all really, like, out of all the issues in the world, you're worried about if those are her kids. I mean, do they not all look like triplets? Does it look
I
like
know.
she had a set of triplets right there?
I
Yes.
know.
All
Could I,
that same smile.
could I say
I
something
mean,
right fast, Gina, before you say anything
come
else?
on.
But Google everything else. You can Google the obituary online. It lists who her girls are, who her boys are,
If you're
and
still
everything
questioning
else.
these kind of things, maybe it's best they just maybe move on.
Right. Pick a
I
new
don't.
case.
I think their priorities are a little messed up. I mean, did Rosemont not cover up the murder of a 19-year-old baby out here?
That's a better question.
Let's stick to that.
That to me is
But
more
yes, those are
juicier of a
Mama
question.
Teresa's kids, and a whole lot of the neighborhood are damn near Mama T's kids. She's been looking out for the community all her life, but those are her babies. Those 3 babies.
Gina,
Yes.
we all say too is like, if Mama Teresa was just this horrible person that people say, y'all don't think people would have spoke out yet? Not one person has said, not even one person's been like, she's rude to me. She didn't say hi to nobody. You don't think anybody in her camp would leak out and talk to someone on YouTube for some money or whatever? Like, nothing has come out about this woman.
And then I
Except
need
nice
people to pay
stuff.
attention to this too. If you see this pulled up right here, let me know. She is deceased. She is gone. Here it is.
Take your screenshots, spread it around, please, because people are still questioning that.
She's
I
not
never
living.
even
So here it
thank you,
is.
friends, because I never took the time out. I just shook
Here
my
it
head.
is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, here it is.
Babe.
Is that what y'all really needed to
That,
see?
that that's what they've been waiting for. Some people been waiting
Mm-hmm.
for the ones
Yeah.
for this. Here it is. There it is. And you shouldn't need it. Nobody's making up a psyop. Like Miss Gina said, nobody's sitting up here making this stuff up. Chicago don't have time to be making stuff up. They got too much corruption there. They got too many killings going on. They have too much going on to be sitting up making up fictitious stories. And nobody's going to tie a quarter with that either. There it is.
Well, that silenced a lot of people because that was, going around since the beginning. Oh my God, this never happened. Psyop.
Can I ask another question real quick, Gina?
Yeah.
Mama T, like, I have a feeling like that she's just like a really sweet and like funny woman, like she just comes off like that. But just for the people who are thinking about protesting or wanting to be a part of it, like, does she definitely appreciate this stuff? Just for people, I know that answer, but I think it'd be cool to let other people know, like, that this is something where they need to know that you're literally having a direct impact on a change in society where you can literally help a woman who's been silenced by her own government that's there to protect her and is siding with a business over her rights. You're her voice now.
Right. Like she's an amazing woman. I can't even, she always, after everything she's going through, she still makes time to go
Yeah.
on Facebook and just make a point, just make it a point to thank all of us. Anybody that's still saying justice for Kanika, anybody that's still fighting with good intentions. She still makes it a point to this day to make a post. I love you, wonderfuls. And she's talking to all of us. If you think she's not talking to you and you even just put a purple heart one time, she's talking to you.
That's right. Let's send those
No,
purple hearts up. Unity. Let's put
I've
them.
seen your Facebook too. Like she'll leave comments on your stuff. Like I like recently, like we all do. Like I had a day the other day, like a couple of days ago, Um, and Alicia called me and it was awesome. She made me laugh. But like she'll leave a comment for you just directly on your page. Like even when you were just feeling run down about protesting or whatever, she was just I saw her say something really nice to you and stuff. And I was like, wow, like she's busy. And Karen and I've talked about this. I know what, like, a lawsuit takes so much out of you. It's so
Yeah.
draining and exhausting.
Yeah.
But
And
to
it can
see
take
her, like,
years. Mhm.
right, say that again. Years. People think this is
Years.
so, like, come on.
And just
I thought that was cool,
like
man.
Alicia said, when like AM mentioned in the chat with Painting Truth, justice takes years. And then I need to say this: TK official she was supposed to be on the panel tonight. She had to work over, so um, that's where she is. I know she was in there Painting Truth. It's morning there. She fell off to sleep, so that's understandable. Let's run these purple hearts up in that chat for unity and for all roads leading to the state of Illinois, September the 10th. Feet on the ground. Let's run those
It,
purple hearts.
um,
United we stand, divided we fall.
That's right. Together we
JK, we
stand.
get it, baby.
J for K till we get it. We fired up, ready to go.
Yeah. Can't
Fired
stop,
up,
won't stop.
ready to go. Can't stop, won't stop. If we don't get it, we shut it down.
As Mama T says, but God.
yes.
And
But
if she
God,
didn't truly believe that, she would have been defeated already. She knows God's got her.
come on.
That's somebody close to God right there that can make it through all that.
But
And
God.
that's why I stay close to her. She's done talked to me everything she's going through. And I'll call and she'll just notice something in my voice, like, what's wrong, baby? Don't lie to me, And she'll just give you advice and just make you even like, my day's not bad. Look at everything this lady went through. Like, my
Right.
day is not bad when this lady's over here blessing me and lifting my spirit
Right.
after
And I'm
all
gonna
she's been
explain
through.
and let me piggyback off that Mama T saying, but God. But God when she says "but God," what she means is this: for anybody who's been to any type of church or you heard church on TV or whatever, if it was not for God, she would have literally lost. She would have put.
No, I got some work to do, but she is so close to God, and just
I'm
she's
so
amazing.
glad like we had this tonight and I got to be a part of it. I'm gonna cut off in a minute and listen to y'all, but um
Yeah,
I really feel like she's man, she's been through so much, not only losing like her daughter, one of the loves of her life, you know, like your creation, but she lost her baby brother. She's gone through so much and yet she's never been nasty. She's always been kind. To see the things that people write about her daughter is sometimes terrible, and she never like strikes out. And this is should be a good reminder for people who are in the chat, who are here, who just participate, of like why we're here. You know, like sometimes you can lose focus and get caught up in silly things, but really like is a great purpose for you to be a part of. You know, Karen has stuff on her website where you can write senators. It's really easy. It'll show you how to do it. Like there's so many ways that if you can't be there, that you can be there, you know?
right.
And so
Write her
please
a
Karen, tell
letter.
them that.
Send her words of encouragement. If you can't be there, write her a letter. Send her words of encouragement. Put some money in the envelope and run it to her. Do
Yeah, she
something.
had
Send
her
her
PO
flowers. It's
box
different
up.
things you can do if you can't be there.
And
Yeah,
you
let's
know what? Her being so peaceful and the protests being peaceful and you know anybody who's did her wrong, she has responded in peace, never mentioned nobody's name, never called nobody
They
out.
would have been in court by
Besides
now.
Crown Plaza is the only one she called out. But other than that, and everything exposed itself. All those
yep,
YouTubers who went south and started I mean, some of them are not heard of no more,
yep.
or they got backlash. Something else happened to them. She stayed peace. She didn't even have to call nobody out. She said, "But God," and God handled it, and He's gonna handle Rosemont along with our help.
With our help, yeah.
That's right. That's right, Gina. Amen on that.
Hmm.
Okay. I'm gonna slide off and listen to you ladies. I really appreciate it. And it was so cool to be on with Gina and Letha and Alicia, like of course Karen, but I love y'all ladies and just thank you, Karen, for giving me this opportunity to learn a lot and be here and participate. This was really cool and inspiring.
It was great finally talking to you, love.
Love you
Yeah,
too,
I
man.
love
Margaret.
support that little girl snapping in the chat room saying, "Say that's not true. Stop picking on Gina. I love you so much, girl."
Nice. We gotta stick together, man. I got y'all's back. So y'all have a great night and I'll pray for
You
y'all
too.
and just like it's all love. Bye.
So,
Bye.
Okay.
So, Gina, you did say, Karen, I did ask Gina while you were gone that there wasn't anything, could I make signs or any kind of posters we need to make? Cause, and she said whistles and what else, Gina? You can say that again,
uh,
tell
yes,
signs and what else?
if you have purple to wear some purple. Make signs, you know, and anything, even if it's just justice for all, or even if it's you know, a poster bringing up their 2014 body parts case. Um, if it's just any type of sign, you know, anything you want to bring and make some noise. You could bring a pot to bang on. Just really make them mad. Let's bust some eardrums. Maybe bring some earbuds if we gonna turn up like that.
No bullhorn, Alan said.
Yes, bullhorns too.
Oh, okay.
Let's get it. I know there's always a couple on deck. If you would like a bullhorn, go ahead and bring it. We got the sirens on the intercoms we be going on. They don't like those, so those are highly encouraged to bring. Anything they just don't like to see us together. That's the whole point. Get there. Get
Get
there.
there.
You
Get
don't
there.
gotta bring nothing. Just get there.
You don't have to bring anything except for yourselves. Just get there.
Yes. Get there. Bring anything you want, but you don't have to bring nothing but yourself. All we need is numbers, guys. Just let's show them what it looks like. We're not gonna let God down. This is God's plan. We're doing it for Kanika as well, but it's even bigger than Kanika. if we get this case open, there's so many victims that could be behind Rosemont that
Mm-hmm.
didn't have voices or families that came for them real quick, like Mama T came for her baby.
Right.
This
And
is
what were
going to
you
open
saying,
it up.
AM? I'm sorry. What were you saying, AM? Alicia, were you saying something?
Oh no, no.
Okay, I thought she said something. I think she's purple. So people, for those of us who are going in September, make sure you bring your purple. For those who won't go, I'm going to, if Gina doesn't mind, I'm gonna post her information up. So she usually talks to Mama T. We won't be giving out her Mama T's address or anything like that. But maybe if she has a PayPal or something like that, you can shoot her some monies since you can't be there. You can send her some cards through PayPal. It's different ways to get things to people, or you can just write her a letter, a word of encouragement if you can't uh, come.
Yes,
But
somewhere on her page, she has a PO box and letters and stuff like that. She'll
Mhm.
never ask for money because money brings mess. From she's got bad experience with that. She
Right, I'm telling
appreciates
people to give
support.
her some money.
Those cards, candles. If you want to put some, I mean, once she's got it, she can't reject it, right? I'm just saying.
I'm telling people. I
And
do.
that's all. But she appreciates even just seeing Purple Hearts. What on those days where everybody's attacking her, or there's a new rumor going around, or somebody's mad about this, just her seeing that we still got her back. I'm sure. I mean, it brings her spirits up, and that's what we need is her spirit up.
Yeah, and don't forget to vote. August is coming up.
Yep.
Not to vote. If you don't vote, your voice does not matter. That's what you're saying. Do not forget to vote. These people are making decisions, and some of them should never be there. Don't need to be there. So make sure you vote.
Mm-hmm. And it doesn't matter. I mean,
Is there
there's.
anything else?
I think
Gina will
there's.
be back.
I think there's like it doesn't matter, and it's been before. Well, if this person's gonna be there, or this person, there is no drama in Rosemont. Once you get there, you'll know, because it's just something. Like when I go, and that's another thing I was gonna say too. Ever since because of the other issues in Chicago, these ladies being um reported missing and then later found dead in apartment in abandoned buildings and things like that. So Daria Davis and Nene Smith. Um, me, a couple of Kanika's cousins, Nikki Thorpe and Teresa Sanders. Those are both her cousins. Um, Tiffany, Charles, and Khadijah. We've all been out there marching around trying to get the community aware and involved that somebody is coming out here snatching our babies. And, most of the time they're calling these autopsies inconclusive. And,
Which is
there's
a lie.
serial killers and things out there, even though the media ain't making a big deal, it's really happening. It's really happening. So we've been out there just posting flyers and stuff. All of that stuff is like going to church. That's my church. Because you're not just sitting there complaining about everything going on. You're trying to do something. Even if you don't got money to put
Mhm.
into it or nothing, just marching around talking to the people,
That's
you know,
right.
and getting people and posting flyers, let them know this is really going on. And those babies may need justice too. And I'm finally happy that, it seems like that one of the suspects is going down because he went down with another, that Charles Moneyman, he went down for something else. But hopefully, as they're putting it, said may be connected to two murders in West Side Chicago and a stabbing. So let's just hope and pray that Sadaria and Nene also get their justice.
Right. And
However,
then
you could help get out and do something, y'all. We can't just watch everything go
do something.
down. It's gonna keep going down
Something.
until we do something about it.
Do
Even
something.
the gun violence, the
Do
gang
something.
violence, I'm tired of that too. It's not just the police and it's not just the people on the street. It's all the devil. The
Well, can
devil
I
needs
ask
to
you
go
this,
down.
Gina? Gina, can
Hmm?
I ask you this?
Yeah.
Now, where we from, the gangs run the streets. Will they not help run the streets and keep the predators and keep the women safe in the streets? Are they not just not trying to help at all?
And I think a big problem in a big problem nowadays, I think, is that they're getting paid money to turn on their own people, to turn
Mm,
their other cheek. And I really think, I'm just gonna put it out there. I think the police and some of these gangs is working together. And, the police might be using them to do the dirty work, give them 20 stacks. That's a lot to somebody on the street. That's a little bit to them. And, somebody's gotta go down. It'll be the same person that took that devil money, and that's the way it goes when you play with that devil money. So just don't do it. It's time to look out for each other. We the people got to look out for each other because something's going on. It's in our face. The devil's showing his face. So it's time to square up. Like literally, like it's time to put a stop to it. We're not going to just let them keep on with this in our face, just like Rosemont's non-investigation went on in front of our face. They
right.
weren't they weren't doing anything in there. How why would if I first seen that girl, first of all, my reaction would have been screaming, yelling, "Oh my God."
I
Because
think Mama T busted that up, Gina. I don't think they think. I don't think they thought it would win as far as it have. I
no.
just think, and I think Mama T cared about her daughter, and she kind of busted things up, and
Mm. And something
they were
did put a
used to
stop
doing.
against people
Yeah,
because the people was there at first and
yeah.
it was going good. And then, some mess, some division, the
Hmm.
devil got involved.
That's
A
it.
couple people came to tear shit up and they did, but we're still here a year later. How
That's
many
right.
protests are going
Right.
on a year later?
You
A
sound a little
year.
Hmm.
staticky, Gina. You sound a little staticky to me.
Okay. Am I better?
A little bit.
Okay. But a year later, this is still going on. It is not for no reason, y'all. We need to know this is God. This is God's plan. If we expose them, we're exposing sex trafficking. We're exposing organ trafficking. We're exposing a lot of stuff, and a lot of voiceless victims could get some justice.
Right. Right. This is about justice, not just us. It's about justice. Justice for the voiceless, justice for those who cannot defend and speak for themselves. That's
Yes.
what we're here for. Feet on the ground, September the 10th. Make sure if you don't get there any other day, make sure you get there on September the 10th. That's a
Yes.
very significant day.
Because
So
we shut
put
shit
your
down.
feet on the ground in the
So
state
Gina,
of
what time?
Illinois.
So what time do you plan? Do the group from Chicago plan on being there?
12 o'clock p.m.
Yeah, we'll get more information because
Yeah, there's a page.
right, there's a group of organizers. So
Yes. Yes, there's a page. Kanika's 1 year anniversary protest. I've shared it on my Facebook page. I'm
Okay.
gonna keep sharing it. Everybody, if you could share it so everybody could go ahead and click on it and it will keep on with the updated information, hotels around the area, bus information, all types of stuff. Refer to the page. Sheena and Andre are organizing this, so they're gonna keep updating as we go. So just keep an eye on the page and I'll probably come back a couple times if I got any more updates. I'll reach out to Painting Truth, Corinne's, and keep everybody updated because we're all gonna be there together.
yes, we will be. Yes, we will.
Mhm.
At least you'll be there
I
with
can't
us
wait.
at
I
M.
have such a feeling
I'm.
about this.
Yes. I can't
Yes,
wait either.
yes,
I can't
So
wait. I really can't.
can we go out with a fired up?
yes. Fired up.
Fired up. Fired
Ready
up.
to
Feet on
go.
the ground. Fired
Justice
up.
Fired
for
up. Fired up.
Kanika.
Kanisha. Justice for Kanisha.
I'm
Justice
gonna
for
If
say
we don't
fired
get
up.
it,
Y'all
what?
say ready to go.
uh,
Fired up.
Ready to go.
Fired up.
Ready to
Ready to
go.
go.
Fired up.
Ready to
Ready to go.
go.
No
uh,
justice.
No
No
peace.
peace.
No justice.
no
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 peace.
peace.
No justice. No
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 peace.
No
peace.
peace.
All
No
right.
crown plaza for me.
That's right. No Crown Plaza for
That's
me.
for me. Yes.
No Rosemont
So let me
police.
Oh, the
ask you this
hotels are
right fast for Gina go. So does it really the people that are going in and out of Crown Plaza, the times that you have been there, do they stop and listen? Do they ever ask, well, what really happened? Do they leave or what?
yes, any time and every time has been successful in this. Anytime that we let somebody know, because there's a lot of people from out of state there, like they have a lot of um people from out of towners there because
Well, this is
O'Hare Airport's
airport.
right there.
Yeah.
So a lot of them truly don't know. They seen a clip, on their news station last year, and that's the last they heard about anything like this. And the media obviously put out, they lied as much as Crown Plaza. So that's all they heard. Oh, okay, she walked into a freezer, and unfortunately, some people just took that in. It's not their family. So telling them in person and showing them what happened, they're like, "What?" Some of their faces. We've gotten people to check out of there. You know what a feeling that was? Shoot, we could have saved their life that night.
Okay, no
They had
justice,
no
no
idea.
peace.
I said, we can't sleep in there. I said, yeah, don't eat there either.
Right? Don't eat there. Don't sleep
For
there.
sure. Damn right.
That's
Because
Hmm.
right.
who's to say if they got body parts in 2014, hell,
Right.
it's people eat meat, human meat and stuff. We don't know what these folks doing.
There
I
was
don't put nothing
some
past them. That's how come I don't
and
eat out much. I don't eat out much. You don't know what kind of food you eat.
I mean, that freezer didn't look clean. If they're saying that's the way it looked like before she got in there, I mean, their place, that's a pretty nasty. I
It was
mean,
filthy. It was absolutely filthy.
that was
Buffalo and
filthy.
everything
The
That's a
else.
health
disgusting
department alone
place.
should have shut that shit down.
Say it
I
again.
don't
Mm-hmm.
think she was. I think she was found in the freezer where the food was.
AM.
That's what the whole big thing is.
Yeah, I seen
And
food
they
going in and
placed
out
her
of
in that
there.
other
Yeah.
freezer.
Wait a
They
minute. AM,
placed
you
her in the
just said
freezer.
something. AM, what did you say, Alicia?
Oh, I just said the health department alone should have shut that place down after that.
Yeah.
I think
For
that's
real.
why they said abandoned kitchen, and I think
Yeah.
that's why. Me personally, I don't think she was found in that one. I think they put her there.
And
Me
either
personally.
way, none of them really looked abandoned because I seen all types of people going in and out of
In
there,
and
right
out.
where
They
they
still
took
had
Mama
access
Yeah,
Teresa.
to it.
yeah.
They still
They
had
had food.
access to it. So it was
Yeah,
And the
accessible.
manager went right
yeah.
to the freezer like
I mean, they lied just with that.
say.
I mean, how the FBI let that slide, I don't know, but it really makes them look bad. FBI, you not stepping in by now after seeing what we all seen, and we damn near put a lot of pieces. Like, we did majority of the work already. All you got to do
And the
is step in
governor,
and do something
I mean,
about
the
it.
attorney
Yes,
general, I'm sorry
yes,
that she didn't step in. I'm really happy. This is her last term running, and she's not running again.
yeah.
But
I mean, a bunch of cowards looks
Did
like.
not Rosemont decline the FBI? They said they got it, they can handle it, and all
Yeah,
of
how
this,
did
and
the
they
bad guys able to reject? That's like if somebody called the police on me and I said no, for me, throwing knives at somebody or something, the police come and said, no, I don't need your assistance. I mean, why is that? Oh, why did they have a choice? They don't even know how to do an investigation. I mean, do they know how to do anything? They weren't even good on those bicycles when they came riding out. They was a little wobbly. I don't think Rosemont knows how to do shit. Somebody need to come help them as well.
Gina,
Help.
which way they was
SOS
riding the
on
bicycle?
Illinois.
Gina, how was they riding the bicycle? Like they were too big for them, or stick on them, or what?
Had these little short girl. They came out. I started singing, "It's raining men." Yeah, yeah. They don't like
Man,
Gina too much for sure. They don't
man,
like
yeah,
Rico
well,
too
too
much.
bad.
They don't like Andre. They don't like. They
But
don't
but
like
but you have to
nobody
look
of
at it.
God.
But if it was their child, Gina, they would love you. If it was their child or their family, they
That's
would
right.
love you. They would.
Hmm.
They really would.
Yep. But that's probably why they
But
don't let their children there. Rosemont barely got any residents. It's all money. It's all money. It's clubs and hotels right by the clubs, like a perfect setup.
don't they have
Hey,
casinos
drunk
too?
ladies, come over to
Okay.
this hotel. And, even
You
though
check in,
we
but you
say,
might not check out.
even though we
Yeah.
say we got security cameras and security guards, you would think they would be secured. You
Right.
would they would be secured. That's
And
the
we
last thing
Would
somebody
cut
should
into
have heard
their
at.
we appreciate having Miss Gina Kidd here tonight, and It's a
I
storm that's
appreciate you having me.
outside, so I got to get off. My window is open. I'm
Thank
like,
you.
Yes,
I'm
guys, I
so
will see you
afraid.
September 10th. Let's do this
Yes.
in person. It was so much fun.
Yes.
Thank you,
Thank
We'll
ladies,
see you
so
It
much.
was.
September.
And Gina will be
Beautiful
back
panel,
again with more
beautiful
information.
chat as well. I love you, everybody in the chat with them purple hearts. I love y'all. Thank you for your
Thank you
support
so
and
much,
thank
Gina.
you for taking a stand, y'all.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Hmm. Peace out.
Bye
Peace out.
bye.
Bye
Bye.
bye.
All right. Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Bye, Miss Kenzie.
Bye.
Bye.